Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine at your home. Dear students, today we are going to learn English grammar. In English grammar, we shall study an important topic of English grammar, that is participle. Okay students, before moving ahead, first of all, I would like to extend thanks to my subscribers, students, and those who have shared it, liked it, and commented below the video. Thank you students, and be connect with me to study more. Okay students, now we shall study about participle. What is participle? Before understanding what is mean by participle, we should have some basic information. For example, we should know about verb. Students, already we have studied verb and its two types, that are finite and non-finite verbs. Yes students, do you know what is mean by finite and non-finite verbs? If you know, you can type your answer in the comment box. Okay students, now let me tell you, finite verb. What is finite verb? A verb changes as per person, number or tenses in the sentence. Okay students, so here we see that verb changes according to a person. In English we have first person, second person and third person. Okay, as well as number, singular and plural. Okay students, and we know about tenses. So according to it, it changes. Okay, so let's have some information as well as examples. So students, let's understand finite verb with few examples. Here, the first example, I write a letter. Students, in this sentence, I is the doer of action. So, it is a subject in the sentence. Okay, and I is in first person. Okay students, write is a verb in main form that shows present tense. Okay students, so here I is the subject, write a verb in present tense. Okay, now let's see the second example. He wrote a letter yesterday. Students, in the sentence, he is a doer of action, so it is subject. Okay, and it is in third person. Okay, in the first sentence, I is in first person. Here, he is a pronoun that is in third person. He, she, it are third person. And wrote is a verb in the past tense. Okay students, so here the verb changes from present tense to past tense, that is write to wrote, if time changes or tense changes. Okay student, just now I have told you finite verb changes according to tense. Okay, now one more example we shall have. Now student, we shall study that finite verb changes as per person. Okay student, if person changes, then the verb also changes. First example, I write a letter. Students, in this sentence, I is a subject. I told you that, being a doer of action. Okay, and I is in first person. Then write is a verb in main form that shows present tense. Okay students, so here I is the first person, and according to person we have used write in present tense. Okay, now the second example we will see, that is, he writes a letter. Students, in this sentence, he is a subject and it is in third person. And according to third person, writes is used as a verb with yes or es form. Okay, students? So, as per the subject or person, we have used the verb form. Okay, students? So, what we can conclude here? If person changes, the verb form also changes. For example, write changes into writes with yes or es form. Okay, students? So, it is finite verb. Now, we will have next example. Dear students, now we shall try to understand verb changes according to plural or singular number. Okay? The first example, a boy writes a letter. Students, in this sentence, a boy is a subject because he is the doer of action and it is in singular form. Okay? And being singular form, present form of verb writes is used. Okay, students? Now, the next example. Boys write a letter. See, student, in this sentence, boys is a subject. Okay. Boys is in plural form. Okay, students? And according to the plural form, the present form of verb write without yes or es is used. Okay. So, here again we have seen the verb changes according to the number. So, it is finite verb. Okay, students, have you understood this much? Very good. So, it is clear now that a verb changes as per person, tense and number. That is called finite verb. Now, we shall try to understand what is non-finite verb. Students, non-finite verb doesn't change as per tense, person and number in the sentence. Okay, students? So, here what we see, the non-finite verb doesn't change as per tense, person and number in the sentence. For example, I liked twinkling stars. Students, in this sentence, we can see two verbs are there. One is liked and second one is twinkling. Okay, students? Both have participles ed and ing. Okay, liked in past tense, but subject is in first person. Okay, student? In this sentence, I is in first person. Okay, but the sentence is in past tense. Okay, and twinkling is the second verb in ing form. Okay, students? Now, we shall study the second sentence. She likes twinkling stars. Again, here in this sentence, two verbs are there. Okay, as well as the third person subject is there, that is she. Okay, likes and twinkling are these two verbs in this sentence. Okay. Now, we shall study the third example. Kids like twinkling stars. Here also we find two verbs that are like in present tense, but subject is in plural form and twinkling is the second verb in ing form. Okay, students? First of all, we need to understand the examples properly. For example, in each sentence, two verbs are used. Okay. But as per the subject, the first verb has changed into liked, likes and like. But the other verb, that is twinkling, doesn't change. Okay, students, have you understood? So, students, we can conclude here that In the above sentences, the verb liked, likes and like change according to tense, person and number. But the second verb, that is twinkling, hasn't changed. It modifies the noun stars. Hence, it functions as an adjective and not as a verb. Hence, it is non-finite verb. It doesn't function as a main verb. Okay, students, have you understood this much? So, students, it is clear now what is finite verb and non-finite verb. But here it is one of the important things we should know, that how does non-finite verb work? Okay, so let's have the function of non-finite verb. It works as an adjective. Okay, students. For example, he gets in the running train. Here in this sentence, gets is a main verb and running describes the noun train. So it is adjective. So here the running is non-finite verb. Okay, students. Next, the non-finite verb works as noun. Students, in the previous video we have studied about gerund. Okay. For example, running is good for health. Students, in this sentence, running works as a noun, that is called gerund. Okay, students. Now the last one, that is non-finite verb, works as an adverb. For example, she went to library to study. Students, in this sentence, to study functions as an adverb that describes the verb went. Okay, students, have you understood now? So here non-finite verb works as an adjective. Okay, and it is called as a participle. Okay, students. So today we are going to study this form of verb that works as an adjective. We are going to study. Okay, students. So what we are going to study today? The verb form which can be used as an adjective, that we are going to study. So let's go into the topic, that is participle. Now students, we shall try to understand what is participle actually. Okay, just now we have studied what is finite and non-finite verb, which will help you to understand what is participle. In non-finite verb we have studied the verb which describes the noun works as an adjective. That adjective is a participle. Okay, students. See, a participle is a form of verb that can be used as an adjective or combined with the verb to be to construct different tenses. Students, participle can be used to construct different tenses. Okay, with the combination of verb to be. Okay, I shall be explaining how verb to be is used to construct different tenses. Okay, students. In English, all present participles end in ing. Okay, student. So here participle can be formed by adding ing to a verb. Okay. In a simple way, that means a participle looks like a verb but may have a different role in the sentence. Yes, student. Just now we have seen the examples of non-finite verb. There we have seen the verbs look like a verb but it play a different role of adjective. Okay, students. For example, the speaking toy. Here, speaking is not a main verb but it describes a noun, that is toy. And you know that what is adjective? Adjective is a word which describes, modifies a noun. So here toy is a noun and the verb speaking is describing the noun toy. So here the verb in ing form speaking works as a adjective. Okay, students, have understood? Very good. Students, some important things about participle we should know. And if you want to identify a participle in the sentence, what things we should observe. Okay, let's see. The participle looks like a verb but doesn't work as a verb. Okay, it functions or works as an adjective in sentence. It's not a gerund because it doesn't work as a noun but as an adjective. Okay, students, so you should know all these three important things about the participle so that you can easily find out a participle in the sentence. Okay, we shall study now types of participle. There are three types of participle. 1. Present participle, 2. Past participle, and third one perfect participle. Students, let's study each participle one by one. First of all, we will study present participle. Students, what do you mean by present participle? If you know the answer, you can type in the comment box. It can function as an adjective and modifies noun in a sentence. Students, keep it in your mind that here participle will work as an adjective. Okay, students, and what do you mean by adjective? A word which modifies a noun is known as adjective. Okay, students, so here the present participle functions as an adjective and modifies a noun in a sentence. Okay, then how will you form a present participle? Here, if you want to form a present participle, you need to add ing to verb. Okay, students, so here verb plus ing makes present participle. Now, let's learn the uses of present participle, how it can be used. The students, the first use of the present participle as an adjective. Okay, student, let's learn with examples. The first example, police stopped the running vehicle. Students, in the above sentence, stopped is the main verb. Okay, and running is also a verb, but running describes the noun vehicle. Okay, so it works as an adjective because it is modifying or describing a noun that is vehicle. Okay, and you know that if a verb describes a noun is known as present participle. So, it is present participle. Running is a present participle in the above sentence. Okay, students, have you understood? Very good. Now, we shall have the second example. I helped a crying baby. Students, in the above sentence, again we see there are two verbs, helped and crying. But helped works here as a main verb and crying describes a noun that is baby. So it is adjective. Okay, student. So here crying works as a adjective because it describes the noun baby. Okay, students. Hence it is present participle because it works as an adjective in this sentence. Okay, students, have you understood this much? Very good. Now one more example we will study. My father brings a talking Tom. Students, in this sentence also we can see two verbs, brings and talking. Okay, but brings is a main verb here and talking describes the noun Tom. How is Tom? Talking Tom. Okay, so here if you want to know adjective, you can ask a question to the sentence how, then you will get the answer. That answer will be adjective. So here talking modifies Tom, so it is an adjective. Okay, and you know that the verb which works as an adjective is known as present participle. Okay, even it looks like a verb. Okay, students, but the role of verb is an adjective. Okay. Now, one more important use of present participle is that it can be used to create a verb tenses. Students, earlier I have told you about it. Okay. So, present participle can be used to make tenses. Okay. Verb tenses. It can be used to form progressive or continuous tenses of verb that shows an action was or is occurring of in process. Okay, student. Now let's have example. Teacher is teaching English. Students, in this sentence, to be verb is used with present participle, that is teaching. Okay, and it shows present progressive tense. Okay, students, it means that present participle teaching is used to form the tense, that is present progressive tense. Next example, teacher was teaching English. Here also, to form past progressive tense, to be verb is used with present participle, that is was teaching. Okay. Now the last example, teacher will be teaching English. Again, here in this sentence, to create future progressive tense, to be verb is used, that is will be teaching. Okay, students. So here present participle can be used to create tenses. Okay, have you understood this much? Very good. Students, now we shall study the second type of participle, that is past participle. Students, first of all, we shall try to understand what is past participle. It can also function as an adjective and modifies noun in a sentence. Student, it works as a present participle only, but it is past participle. Okay, students? So, past participle work as an adjective in the sentence that modifies the noun. Okay? The third form of verb can be used as past participle. Student, you may know the forms of verb: first form, second form, and the third form. For example, take, took, taken. Okay? The third form of the verb can be used as a past participle. Okay? Past participle is formed by adding ed to regular verbs. For example, look. If we add ed to it, it will be third form of verb, that is looked. Okay? Look, looked. Past participle is formed from irregular verb also by adding en, t, d and n. For example, drunken, brunt, hoped, taken. Let's have few examples of past participle. Example 1, I sold the broken furniture. Students, in the above sentence, two verbs are there, sold and broken. Okay? Sold is the main verb in this sentence and broken, third form of break, modifies the noun furniture. So, it works as an adjective here. Okay, students? And hence, it is a past participle. So, student, in this sentence, broken describes the noun furniture. So, it is a past participle because it works as an adjective here. Okay, have you understood? Let's have one more example. Second example, the broken glass cut my finger. Students, in the above sentence, again there are two verbs. For example, broken and cut. Okay, here in this sentence, cut is the main verb and broken, that is the third form of break, modifies the noun glass. So it works as an adjective here. Okay, students, and you know that the verb which describes or modifies the noun is known as or is called as adjective, and so it is past participle in this sentence. Okay, students, have understood? Here, the last example we will study, that is the third one. He hit my fractured leg. Students, in the above sentence, there are two verbs again. Hit in the past form and fractured again in the past form. Okay, students? But hit works here as a main verb and fractured. It is third form of fracture, that is fractured, which modifies the noun leg. So it works as an adjective here. Okay? And when a verb works as an adjective, it is called participle. So here it is past participle. Okay, students, have understood? Very good. Dear students, now we shall study the third type of participle, that is perfect participle. Students, combining the word having with the past participle of a word creates the perfect participle. Okay, perfect participle demonstrates that an action was completed in the past, and it can be formed by using having plus past participle. Okay, students, you know what is past participle. Just now we have studied about it. Okay, students, and how we can form a perfect participle? We can form a perfect participle with having plus past participle. Okay, students? Students, perfect participle shows that an action was completed in the past. Okay, so this is important. Now let's have few examples. Perfect participle has two forms. One is active form and second one is passive form. The active form, it can be formed by using having plus third form of verb. Okay, student. So here the active form can be formed by using having plus the third form of verb. Okay, and the passive form can be formed by using having been plus third form of verb. Okay, students. Okay, mind it that the passive form can be formed by using having been plus third form of verb. Now let's have few examples. First example, having eaten dinner, they started walking. Students, in the above sentence, the first action of eating has completed and second action of walking has started. Okay, students, as the first action has already completed, so having eaten is used as a perfect participle here. Okay. Now one more example. Having finished homework, he went to sleep. Okay, students. So in this sentence again, the first action of finishing has completed and the second action has started. So here, as I told you, the first action has completed, so having finished is a perfect participle here. Okay, student, have understood this much? Very good. So now the active form of perfect participle is cleared. Now we shall have some examples of passive form of perfect participle. Students, now let's have an example of passive form of perfect participle. Example number 1. Having been sung a song, he danced. Students, as I have told you, the perfect participle can be formed by using having plus third form of verb, and the passive form can be formed with having been and third form of verb. So, in the above sentence, the first action of singing has completed and the second action has started. Okay, students? The action of singing has completed first and then the action of dancing. Okay, so here, as the first action has already completed, so having been sung is the perfect participle because the action has completed in the past already. Okay, students, have you understood? Very good. Now students, let's have a look over what have we learned till now. Students, we have studied finite verb, non-finite verb, which are very important to understand participle. Then we have studied what is participle with the three forms of participle that are present participle, past participle and perfect participle. Okay students, have you understood this much? Very good. So students, here we have studied one of the important topics of grammar, that is participle. Students, if you have found it useful to you and if you have liked it, then do not forget to share it to your friends, comment below the video and subscribe it, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will get current notification of new videos. Thank you and be connected.